Casper and Dennis here for Submission Radio Australia. Post-fight after UFC 305 with Dricus Du Plessis coach Mornay Visser. Dude, just tell us, man, what are the emotions and feelings like just after this massive victory?
I think we've got at least a couple of days to enjoy this.
Yeah.
Let's hope the UFC doesn't hunt us down this week to offer us another fight. Let us just enjoy this. This was the biggest fight of Dricus' career. I think if you put Easy in the top 10 of all weight divisions, he's definitely in there, and we've just beat him. So what a feeling. It's an awesome feeling. We've worked hard, a lot of things to fix. We did not expect Easy to come out as aggressively as he did. So we got caught a little bit, but on our back foot, but we'll fix it. It's an easy fix. Dricus doesn't like to fight on his back foot, so it's an easy fix.
Yeah, it's an interesting one because you guys had to adjust in there. What was the initial game plan to beat Israel going into the fight, and how did you adjust it? Do you remember the adjustments that you had to make?
So we've obviously everybody's got their little game plan, and our plan was to beat him on the foot. So in other words, if he's southpaw, we go orthodox. If he's orthodox, we go southpaw. Try to beat him on the foot, but at the same time put the pressure. And he was the one in the beginning to put the pressure. So I had to do a little bit of adjustment. Also, the plan was not to allow him to counter us, and he wasn't much interested in countering. He was coming, so which was an amazing thing to see from Easy. So I definitely know we're going to see him soon again. So halfway through the fight, the second round, I said to Dricus, okay, we've got to keep this a lot more simple. Forget about the combos. Just try to land single punches and try to catch him and still beat him on the foot, which we did. He caught us very off guard with with those body shots coming forward. But Dricus caught him also a couple of times off guard. So I think we could have finished him maybe in the second, and then in the third there was opportunities to do it, but I think he did proper damage with those body shots, so Dricus had to recover, and at the end of the third I said to him, okay, I think you've got to push now, it's time to go, beginning of the fourth, and he said he predicted a third round finish, so we got a fourth, so I'm happy.
Not too bad at all, man. Take us through that finishing sequence and also Israel's takedown defense and just the grappling in general. You mentioned some of the adjustments. It seems like he switched to the gable grip, and that was kind of what contributed to the finish.
So I think if you looked at the first round, you saw he had proper defense, especially fighting the hands, and try not to get you on his back, so off the line. So he got that right. So I saw Easy getting very, very tired in the wrestling. Dricus, I think, implemented what he needed to do, especially doing something with nothing. So he had a few blitzes where he could explode. I think we got caught a little bit off guard in the first round. I told him I need a takedown, but you cannot believe it was at a minute 30 left in the first round, and you cannot believe I've got my guy sitting in the back and just giving me the time what's left in the round, and you cannot believe how fast that goes. So you look at it and they tell you 30 seconds, 10 seconds, you think, fuck man, we've almost had this, and then you've got to work over again, and with Easy coming forward like that, so yeah, it was I had to think on my feet to make the proper and correct adjustments.
There was a bit of bad blood going into the fight, and then a lot of respect shared afterwards when the fight finished. Overall, how do you sort of look at the build-up, this feud that him and Israel have had, and the fact that you guys have been able to share these words after the fight and sort of connect and share the mutual respect that you've got for each other?
So from our side, honestly, there was never bad blood. I knew we were fighting the best version of Easy ever. I mean, that version of Easy is like the best I've seen him in a very long time. And Dricus, I mean, you saw, if Easy catches you, he puts you down. So Dricus ate so many of his punches and not going down, and that kills the spirit. But there was never, ever from our side, not even from Dricus' side, any bad blood. That was just purely what we said was basically what Dricus was trying to say is we're doing very good, very okay, coming from a little gym in South Africa, and we've got we don't have the bodies and the facilities like they've got in Europe and in America and even Australia and New Zealand. So we've got to do what we've got to do with what we've got. So that was actually the only thing Dricus wanted to get through was we staying in South Africa. We're not going anywhere else to get coached. My coach is coaching me, and we'll win the title with what we got. So there was never bad blood.
Are you relieved to sort of have that moment afterwards, though? Like, even before Dricus came, he gave that jacket to Israel. It seems like, it was a much more happy ending. I think it was quite wholesome and heartwarming at the end.
Yeah, definitely. I think there's peace in Africa now. Which is a good feeling. But I did say to Easy earlier when I saw him, I said to him that I believe that there's talks about doing Africa or South Africa sometime. I don't think it's going to be too soon. But I said to Easy that I think the only guy that deserves to fight us in Africa is Easy. So it will be a rematch. And the only guys that deserves Africa are the two Africans, the true Africans, nobody else. Yeah. So that's just my opinion.
Just out of curiosity, on a side note, while we're talking about the future, by the way, I'd love to see Dricus and Israel rematch in Africa, but Alex Pereira tweeted out that he's coming down to 185. Do you think it happens, and is it something that would interest you guys somewhere down the line?
So, interesting question, but no, I won't give him the joy to go down to 185. We'll just go up.
Or you'd rather go up a light heavyweight? Yeah.
We don't want to beat him. And then he said he'll say that we've gone down, or he had to go down, and he was fatigued and whatever. So no, we'll go up, and I'm sure that the UFC will be okay with that. Going up, if that's what he said, I know Dricus is game, so we'll go up. I'm not going to wait for him to come down. We'll go up.
So are you saying that this could be something that happens soon? If the UFC gives it the blessings to happen.
So he's fighting in October. So I really hope the UFC gives us this blessing for December.
Oh, wow.
As soon as that, yeah.
And how do you see a fight at 205 between Dricus and Alex playing out with him, I suppose, not having to cut as much weight?
Yeah, it's a different game plan. Guys, that's something I'm going to have to think about and obviously go and really figure out. But there's no way we're going to walk away from getting asked from the UFC to do something like that. I mean, we were criticized a few times with Dricus saying no because of injuries in the past. This fight was supposed to happen earlier. And I'm glad it didn't, because I'm sure that Easy changed his whole game plan. And so this was a proper brawl. But don't ask me now what the game plan will be for Alec. But if it's December, we'll be ready.
Phenomenal, man. Congratulations so much on the massive win, the peace afterwards. Enjoy it. No cattle prods tonight, right, Coach?
That's it. No prods.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.